Okay. So again, I'm trying to set up some connections between each phase to the next voxel. And then in WASP, you have to define a part, and the part is just a name, geometry, and the connections. And from defining the part, you can start the stochastic aggregation. And by starting the stochastic aggregation, you just need to set up a number for how many voxels you want to aggregate. And then the rules is going to be generated from the connections that we have set it up already. Afterwards, you have the option, basically, if you have this aggregation. So we have now the voxels, and we can basically set up something inside. So whatever we want to place inside, we can place those really nice octahedrons, or I also did this small slab and columns voxels, maybe also those kind of like parametric structures. So once you have the setup for the voxels, you can basically place whatever you want inside. That was the first example. The second example was how to create an aggregation that is similar to the Nagakin tower, and how to understand the logic behind it, how to create like more complex voxels, how this can be done. And then we did a Lego game at the end. We created a custom Lego game, also like starting from one voxel and then aggregating it in the X or the Y direction to create a Lego piece, and then aggregate the Lego piece hierarchically top to bottom connection, like to stack it. And at the end, I just proposed this idea that if you like try to like sort those kind of pieces, all the pieces, and then go over the list, then you can get also assembly instructions for how to place the pieces. And we did this Lego game yesterday. So this is just a small recap for what we have done. And today we will continue with that. Exactly the same setup. We will also start from a cube and then we will scale it up, but in Unity. And we will develop this software in Unity today to work on the Quest devices. I have the Quest 3 here. But do you actually have a lens?
I have it only on, we have XR hub Bavaria in Munich, and I tried only with them all these sets, but I don't have it in my room. Yeah.
No, that's fine. If you don't have a lens, we also got a small introduction yesterday, how to use the Meta XR simulators on Unity. So we can also test like our application on the simulator today. So that's basically our aim today. We will start to do exactly the same thing that we did on Grasshopper, but we will do it today on Unity and try to gamify the process a little bit. By the end of the day, we will try to create the same Lego game, but in VR, in AR. Okay? Great. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay. I will stop sharing my screen. Well, I can mute myself. So we have Taj here in the same room because he's in the same university as mine. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been trying the same aggregations, but a little more complex. I have like this kind of a head shape, and I was trying out different connections, and so that it's not always at the ends, but like where the connections are at this point. So yeah, so I've set up some rules like to see where it goes, but yeah, so it's something that I tried. And yeah, so it takes a while to compute everything and I change it, but yeah, this is something that I tried last time. Stop sharing.
Okay. I think it's super nice. We can also try to set this up today in Unity. And it's more related to the other project you showed yesterday, right? It's the same setup. Okay. And you try to create the connections based on the nodes, not on the faces, right? Okay, so node to node connection. Okay. I think it's also quite interesting to go in this direction. The only issue is going to be the computational power you need, right? Because you need to calculate every single node and check also every single node on the next piece. And then when you go more into this like process, you will have way more points to check every time. So that's the only issue. I think one way that we can go is to basically set up like a very small surface that is exactly needs to be connected. So if you think about the geometry, you have to think about one connection that is very essential to create the aggregation, and then do top to bottom connection. Then it should be like yes, gonna be a planar aggregation, or just go into the trick that we did yesterday. Define one voxel and then transform it. And from this transformation, you will try to get the connections. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, great. So I think we have two nice proposals today. Really good. Heba, did you work on something? Do you want to share something with us? Maybe some thoughts. Maybe you want to say hi. Okay. So maybe we just jump to Unity now. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. So what we did basically yesterday is that we got introduced to the building blocks, how to use the Meta XR, the new XR SDK all in one. It's something that they have released lately, and it's super, super nice to develop your applications using it. And maybe to just give like a quick recap, I will do a new scene right now. So new scene, and then I will pick the basic one. And as I said, every time you start a new scene, you will have a camera and directional light. We will get rid of this camera and we will go to Meta, Tools, and then Building Blocks. If you use building blocks, you have ready-made blocks that you can just drag and drop it to your Unity project. And if you do so, then they have already pre-coded or pre-setted the settings for you to just use it. All what we need to do, we need to drag and drop the camera rig. So we have a camera rig for the lens right now. And then maybe we need an interaction method, right? So we can also drag and drop the controller tracking. Now we have controllers in the scene. You can see it. Maybe we would like to have hand tracking. So we will just drag and drop it as well. And now we should have the hand tracking. And since we are developing an augmented reality project, we need the pass-through, right? So we just need to drag and drop it as well. And now we have the initial setup to do like literally everything from now. Basically, if you want to create an AR project, you need a camera rig, you need pass-through layer, and you need an interaction method, whether the hands or the controllers and so on. And yesterday we tried to get some introduction to the interactions. So grabbing or distance grab, ray interaction, we tried to go over all those interaction methods. Maybe just to get like an introduction to that, maybe we pick the distance grab, and then it will basically ask me, what do I need to do? I will pick the default. And as I showed yesterday, this box is coming with all the settings you need, the box collider, the renderer, and the rigid body. If you go to like the objects that is attached to this cube, you will find the distance grab object, which has the scripts for hand grabbing or like ray grabbing with all the settings we need. And we basically can test it. In order to test it, we have two methods. The first one, if you have a lens available, then you will connect it with the MetaQuest link and you hit play. Once you hit play, it's gonna build the scene on your lens. If you don't have a lens available, you can go to Meta XR Simulator, and then activate it. If you have already, like if you have activated the simulator, you can just hit run, and then it will start the simulator for you. You can also just press this button. This is also activating the Meta XR simulator. I'm gonna just pick it and then press play. This will activate a virtual environment for us. And once this virtual environment is set it up, then we can already use it in the simulator. As you see, this is the virtual environment, which we have picked yesterday, a living room. And once this is activated, the Meta XR simulator is also should also start. Yeah, I think it's debugging. Okay, great. Now, like a normal game, if you use your keyboard and press W, you can move forward. D, you move to the right, move to the left from A, and S to go backwards. And then just use your mouse, like the right click, to rotate. Now I can see, now I can actually see the cube, right? And as you see, the cube is gonna start to snap to my controller to distance grab it. Yesterday we found an interesting issue that we can't actually press the grabber button in the simulator, which was really interesting. But yeah, anyways, if you just press the grabber button, then it will grab this object. I can also show it to you how it works using the lens. From the MetaQuest Developer Hub, I need to cast from my lens. And once I start casting from the lens, you will basically see what I see right now. Yes, that's the lobby for, yes, that's the lobby for connecting to the PC. Those are some PC VR applications. And I just need to deactivate the simulator and press run. Will take some time to debug it. And now we know that the augmented reality is working, the pass-through layer is working. That's basically the office where I am in right now. And what I need to do, I need to go to the scene and lift this cube a little bit up. Sorry. So I can see it in front of me. Now it should work. Yes, the cube is there. If I put on the lens and hold my controller, try to like direct myself to the cube, and then I need to just press the gripper button, and now I distance grab it. I will try to do it again. Put it maybe here. Try to distance grab it again, and so on. So for this application, we exactly did it in 5 minutes, right? We now have an AR application that is grabbing a cube from far away to our hands, and then we can place it wherever we want. The placement is not really accurate yet, right? So because it's just free placement, but we will try today to go into this level of complexity. Fine? Okay. Great. Do you have any questions regarding this? Okay. So in order to try to complicate the process a little bit and go more into on a more complex level of interaction, I am not going to use the building blocks. You can for sure, but I just find it like a little bit more. How can I say it? Like a black box that I am not sure what is in. So we will try to build our own blocks now. I will just remove everything, and I prepared this scene already here for the reference. I can just drag and drop it just as a reference, and then we will get rid of it later. One good thing about the Meta XR SDKs that if you go to the search bar and write something that you need, let's say you need a camera rig. If you just type camera rig in the interaction SDKs, I guess. If you go to the examples, you will find a lot of scenes that is already made for you to get some reference. If you want a snapping example, using the ray example, whatever you need, basically. And you can also copy paste some of the elements they are using. For this project, we need this interaction camera rig. I just need to copy and paste it in my scene. Okay. If we go more into details of this camera rig, you will see here what kind of lens we are using right now. That's important. What is the origin type? If the origin is going to be the floor level or the eye level, this is also important. And the tracking frequency, I think we can set it to low. And we need to make sure that the pass-through is supported for sure for an augmented reality project. And the scene is supported, so we can actually get a 3D mesh of the scene around us. And then also make sure that you have enabled the pass-through from here. Okay, great. If we go to the tracking space, this basically has all the nodes around, like on your body. So the lens has its tracking devices, like this. So it has this camera here, this one, 3 cameras there. And if you have a Quest Pro, the controllers also has 2 cameras. And like all those elements in the lens are helping the program to understand the nodes around your body. So we have an anchor for the eyes, which we can use for sure. We have a left hand anchor and a right hand one. If you go into the details of this, you can find where the controller is in the left hand and the right hand. That's the tracking space. So if you want to attach an object to your hand, let's say, this is how you can do it. This is how you can get like a dynamic position of your body. And if you go to the OVR interaction, go to controllers, you will find the left and the right controllers. And if you want to create the same like experience that most of the applications are doing, we need to go into the right controller, interactors, and then we have to basically decide. For me, I would always love to work with the ray interactors. And if we press on this, we can get basically the main scripts for the ray interactor. One thing, if you want to change anything in this kind of experience, you need to basically go to those 3 dots and pick edit script, and then you can basically change whatever you want inside. If you have some C# experience, this is gonna be easy for you. If not, you have the option of ChatGPT for sure to ask it some questions, and it's gonna like help you to edit the script. But you also have some parameters here that you can change yourself. As you see, there is like a number for the iterations, the maximum ray length, which I changed yesterday from 5 to 2, because like the room is small, but if you want to project on a facade or something, you need for sure like 5 meters or 6 meters. And the origin actually of the ray, which we are going to use later. Okay. So the camera rig is now fine. It's ready. All what we need to do, we need to go to the building blocks again. And because it's already, okay. So from building blocks, you just need to pick up the pass-through. I already have it, so I'm gonna just copy and paste. And now this should be fine. We have now a pass-through layer. Good. What we need to basically do next is to set up our voxel, the voxel that we want to populate. And it's more or less the same as we did yesterday. If you want to have a new object, you just need to right click, select 3D object, and then I would say we start with a cube again. So now we have the cube, we can change its dimensions. I'm gonna do the same dimensions like yesterday, 13 centimeters. The units actually in Unity is are in meters, so just try to keep this in mind. And yeah, now this cube is ready, we can basically change its material, do whatever we want, and we can see it already here in the 0, 0 point. It's always super nice if you have in your assets a folder only for the prefabs, only for the stuff that you are going to use. And I'm gonna just call this maybe voxel. And in order to create a prefab, all what you need is just to drag it here. And now you have a prefab. Now you can just remove it from your scene. But what we need actually now is like after we now have our voxel, we need then to populate it, right? We need then to aggregate this voxel using the interaction means that we have. Like now we are gonna use the controller to aggregate it. So we need to write a custom script for this. We need to write our own C# code. If you go to the folder of the workshop material, you will find a C# script that I have prepared. You can just download it and use it. But in order to use it, I'm gonna also right click again, create an empty game object and call it maybe voxel logic. Try to put it away from the hierarchy. Great. And then to have like a new C# script, I would just write, I would just go to scripts. This is the script I have prepared. But if you want to create an empty one, you need to right click, create, and then create a C# script. And we are going to call it maybe voxel logic. Good. Okay. I will go to this voxel logic script. And now this is Visual Studio, the Visual Studio UI to basically write my C# script. But like, as I told you, you can just download it. It's already on the drive folder. I'm just gonna explain how to basically think about like the logic of the code itself. So if you are completely new to programming, usually we use those kind of comments to explain the block, to explain what are we doing in this exact block. And this is actually my initial setup for the code. Before starting to write anything, I'm gonna also show you like how it looks like if you have a new script. This is how it looks like when you start. You have a start function and an update function. The start is the thing the script is gonna do once you open your application. And update is the thing the application is gonna do every single frame. So this is going to be updated every frame, and start is just happening at the very beginning of the application. But before going into start and update, you need to basically create some kind of variables for your script. And those variables here, I am gonna create some set of variables to define the main elements for the script, the main players. First of all, the voxel itself. The voxel, we need a game object of the voxel that we are seeing right now. We need a renderer, right? If we want to change the material or like get its original material, and the initial prefab that we set in Unity. Then we need another setup for the array itself, and therefore I'm just referencing this array interactive script from the Meta SDK, and I'm trying to use the array interactor inside to get its dynamic position and also the length of the array. And since we want some precision in our script, we need to basically instantiate a grid. And in order to do that, I need variables that is representing the origin of the grid and the XYZ values of the grid itself, like of each voxel. And the last thing is to also reference the dynamic transform of the controller. So I am tracking, in this case, my right hand. And I also need to place the object in the space. So we need a variable for placing the object to store it, basically. So we will try to track the controller, and we will set up a condition that if I press this, means that you have to instantiate an object in this position. So this is basically the variable setup that we have. And now we need to start the application. What do we have to do to start the application? We basically need to instantiate this voxel somewhere in the world to have a reference for it. So this is basically what I do. And then just give it a material and make sure that it's exactly what I'm looking for. And then I basically try to track the ray casting, try to have a function that it's looking every frame for the position of the controller, tracking the ray of the controller. So we can basically have a dynamic movement of this cube everywhere. And therefore, I need to basically calculate the ray and try to, after the calculation, to have the endpoint of this ray that is going out of the controller. And I am trying to check if if the voxel is instantiated or not. If yes, then don't do anything. If not, no, if yes, then please just transform it around with the controller. So whenever I just move it, please move with it. And if not, just instantiate it. I will stop here and show you how it actually works. I need to unload the scene to remove it. We will get back to it, but this is gonna be just our initial setup. I'm gonna maybe show it to you in true. We need to put the script, and once I do have the script, I can basically reference the voxel. That's number one. Number two, we need to find the ray interactor script, which should be here in the right hand. No. It should be in the controller. Yes. And I basically need this part. And then I need to define the grid size, which should be the same size as the voxel itself, right? Then we need to hit run. Okay. And as you see now, the block is actually following my my movement. the movement of the controller, and also my movement in general. And you can slightly see that it's snapping to this virtual grid that we have already created, right? The next step is gonna be that I want to instantiate it. I want to place it in this virtual space. And for that, I want to, maybe I can just show it to you so you have a reference. I will try to press the button, and then once this button is pressed, I will just instantiate it and then continue. So you can also have a better visualization of how the grid is working. If I try to go closer, since we have this kind of anchor system, you will see that it's already stable and it has its own like position in the virtual space. Great. Is this already clear? I hope so. Okay.
Can you please, for example, when we're working with the script, yes, how, for example, I'm not really, know how it's all work. I mean, I used the scripts before, but it was always Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. So I never tried to build it by myself. And I understand that it's a little bit complicated now for me to understand all these commands, what they mean and all this stuff. Maybe you can just make an advice, for example, when I would like to build also my own code for my own project,
yes.
Not just copy paste your. What I can do, I mean, if there are any YouTubers who explain it, or how I can start to learn how to do it by myself.
Okay. Okay. I will explain this to you. So what we basically do if we start a new script completely, we have to go first and say, I want to have those kind of variables at the beginning. The variables is just some containers to put some dynamic values inside. That's just the first thing to do. So if I want to define a cube, I want to say public, which means that anybody can access this. And then I will say game object, which is just the type of the object I'm gonna reference. And I will say cube. And then the comma at the end. That's it. Now I have a variable for a cube right now.
Okay.
The comments, it's just a way to explain to the people who are going to open this script after you, what did you do? So I just need to do those like 2 backslash and then say this, maybe this variable is for storing the voxel. This is just doing nothing in the script. It's just a way to explain to people what you were doing. Why did you do this variable in general? So this is basically how it works. In start, if I want to instantiate this kind, so you can see right now that it's actually giving you some like some suggestions what to do in this start method. But I want to say, okay, please, when we start the application, please put this cube somewhere. Okay. All what I need to do, I will say game object to define the type. And then I will name it, let's say, new voxel equals instantiate, which is our function to put the cube somewhere. And then I want to instantiate this cube and then the comma at the end. That's basically how it should work. And if we just, I think we can also give it like some kind of coordinates. But I think by default, it's just gonna put it in the 0, 0 point. So I am just gonna save this, the voxel logic. We will go here. So first it has to compile the script for sure. Yes, great. And we go to script. That's the new script that we have just made. I will drag and drop it and disable this one because like we want to use the new one right now. And then it's asking me to reference the cube. I will go to the prefab and reference the cube. And then if we hit run, this means that it's gonna instantiate the cube in the 0, 0 point. We will see if this will happen because like programming is full of surprises. Yes, and now the cube is actually in the 0, 0 point. That's exactly what we wanted anyways. And yeah. So was this a good explanation?
Yes, it was very understandable. And public, it's what we public for all, and it was also private, I think, in the code. Or it
Yes.
was.
In the code, I have some also private variables because I don't want to open this for people to change it. One of those private things should be the material because I don't want the people to change it. I don't want also the people to get access to the current object that we see. And for so the difference between public and private, the public variable is something that the user can't really access. And also the programmer on Unity can't also access. This is something that has to happen in the script itself. So we have a full loop of getting the object, referencing it, and then instantiating it, getting the object, referencing it, and instantiating it without like any interference in between. So this is also the difference. Also, you can see that we have different object types. We have the type which is game object, and game object is literally any game object in the scene. But you can also have a renderer, you can have a material, a vector, which I use to create the grid. And transform is basically for the dynamic movement of any shape inside the Unity application.
And why, for example, grid is public and not private? I mean, users can change something in the grid.
Yeah.
Or why?
Yes,
okay.
the users basically can change the grid size here, and they can also change the origin. Why I made it like this, because basically this, like if we try to change it parametrically every time we reference a new object, this means that we need to go deeper into renderers and try to get the boundary of the object and so on. So the easiest way is just to set it ourselves. And also for the origin, why I'm opening it for people to put 0, 0 or whatever they want, because basically sometimes we have a problem in the meta applications called the cold start or the frozen point. Because like the 0 point is always relative on the lenses. If you put the lens on right now, you know the problem, right? Yeah, okay. So it's always relative, right? Basically. And I really struggled a lot to find a point where where it's gonna be synchronized between me and the person playing with me if we want to do it in a multiplayer. So that's how I basically made it this way. Mhm.
Can't you set the grid size to be like a multiple of the grid that
Yes, you can for sure. But the easiest way to do this is to look at the cube itself, and then you have a renderer in the properties, and you have a box collider, right? The easiest way is to try to access the collider or try to access the renderer, and this is gonna give you the bounds of the object. But sometimes, if you have somehow like a system that is that has to basically be stacked, then some of the parts inside you don't want to actually have it in your grid size, right? So this is just an easy way for me to get rid of this. But for sure, if you want to do this parametrically, then this is how you should do it. You should access the renderer, and this will give you the bounding box, and then you will just deconstruct it into XYZ. Do you have more questions, Daria? Good. Okay. So we basically stopped here, right? And just to maybe like explain this better, what I am basically doing here, I am trying to get the endpoint of the array and snap it to the grid. I'm trying to find the nearest point on the grid and snap it snap the endpoint of the array to it. And then I would just try to instantiate the object if it's not instantiated, or try to just change its position to dynamically move with the controller, as we saw already. And then the last thing that would be important, I would say, is to check if I am pressing this trigger button or not. This one. Okay, can you see my camera? Yeah. So basically we have this button which called the trigger button, and I want to press it to instantiate this kind of cube. And I am checking for this condition actually. If it's true, then it's gonna instantiate it in this position. If not, then it's not gonna do anything basically. How I do this, we have something called the XR input system in Unity. And I would say that it's a huge container which has all the input systems like the keyboard, the mouse, and like any kind of input system you want to use in Unity. And those input systems can be also imported. So when you install the Meta SDK, it's importing the controllers as part of this input system. And what I do is to create a list for all the input devices that I have, and then try to look inside for the device that is called controller. And I try to look if this is the left controller or the right controller. If it's the left one, then I will put it in the devices. If not, then we don't have an input system right now, like or input device right now. And then I'm just checking if we got the left controller or not. If yes, and the left controller is valid, then I will try to look for the trigger value. I will try to look if it's false or true, if it's pressed or not. And then this is just an if condition that says, if it's true, then please instantiate the object to the grid position and give it a normal rotation, basically. And then just put it on the layer Lego. That's exactly what I do right now, nothing else. So this is basically the function that it's called perform raycast, which is performing a raycast in the virtual space, checking if I'm pressing the button. If yes, then put the cube where I want. And then I just, yeah,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. About lawyer Lego. What does it actually mean to have a lawyer? And I mean,
It's exactly like when you are using Rhino. If you are using Rhino or like Blender or anything, you have layers, right?
okay.
Yeah. So this is basically what I do right now. I'm trying to create a new layer and I will call it Lego. And then I will try to say, this is the layer I want to use. If I'm doing a cube here, the cube is going to have the layer Lego. It's exactly the same, but I'm just doing it in code right now. So in the code, I am saying, please change the layer of this, like of this object to the layer called Lego to have a good structure.
Okay.
Does this, do we have any documentation in this shared, something like project and
Yes. So the question is about a documentation for the SDK. Yes, you have like usually there is a very, very good documentation for the SDK. I can hopefully this will work. Yes. If you try to write meta SDK documentation, it's called meta developer documentation. And then you basically have all kind of like APIs that they are opening. And then you will find Unity SDK. If you go to, I think, examples, you will see like all kind of documentation that you need for using it. But I think also in the Oculus documentation here, this is more detailed for the integration system, for the interaction system. And this is a very, very good actually documentation for everything you can use. Let's say you want the documentation about the simulator, you will find everything on how to use it, like literally every single thing you need. How to, I don't know, record stuff, how to maybe do a test for multiplayer, how to have like somehow hand tracking. It's not really possible, but they explain basically every single thing that you need. And I think, yeah, yes. SDK examples, samples and gamepad use. No. That's a new thing actually. They are supporting now this Logitech pin. Okay. But like this is basically what I want to show you. Like you can basically go here and then check all the documentation. It's exactly like the Rhino script syntax, yes. But this is way better than the Rhino documentation. Okay. More questions? No? Okay. So as we already said, the update function is basically called every single frame. And what I will do here, I will just put the function that we have created for performing the raycast and then instantiating the cube. I'm gonna explain the grid later, but let's just try right now to like push this application to the lens. Let's open Unity, disable the simulator, and then hit run. And I will try to open the casting of the device. Yes. So we forgot to actually activate the old script. Now I will deactivate the one that I did for you, and we will activate the old one. Let's run again. Yes. And now you can see that it's moving relatively in the space where I am. And if I press the trigger button, yeah, of the left controller, sorry, because I'm checking for the left one. I'm gonna just press it right now. It's gonna just instantiate. Maybe put it up. As you see, it's already snapping to the grid. Works quite fine. Yeah. And we can also, yes, we can also create something around touch here. Yes. So works almost as we want. One last thing, I am just doing this small, like kind of like material properties to have this transparent effect. That's what I'm doing here in this function. And for snapping to grid, I will explain the logic or what you need. You need an origin where to start, and I am just putting this origin in like exactly in the middle of the grid, like I'm doing the grid around the origin. And then we just need to like calculate the coordinates, and for calculating the coordinates, this is just the mathematical equation that we need to do in order to calculate it in each axis. And then to look for the nearest point to the grid, it's basically that we try to take this point, and then we put the XYZ of this point into the grid size. And this is how we can actually snap so X to X, Y to Y, and Z to Z. And this is how we can find the nearest point. And then we just return this nearest grid point, which is going to be the grid position that we use here. Good. So this is the initial setup of the script that we use. One last thing is to apply this to our Lego game that we have created yesterday. And this is actually why I love scripting, because we just need to change a simple thing, and then it should work. So I have this Lego brick that we have built yesterday. And it's just like 4x multiplier of 0.13. And if we go back to the scene, go to the voxel logic, I just need to put the Lego brick here to the voxel. So this is our new voxel. And this is going to be the grid size. We will try if this will work. And then we just need to hit play. See if this is actually gonna work. Usually when we do some changes, it takes some time to compile the new changes. But now, I don't know if you see it, but now we have the Lego brick. As you see, we have some differences in the in the grid. So we need to adjust it, right? By basically the half of it. And maybe I just need to comment the thing about the material right now. It's just a personal preference, but I think to show it better. And I will just comment this one. Should be fine. Go back to Unity, compile the scripts. Hit run again. And now we can see the Lego brick better. And you see that it's also snapping to itself and to each point. We can also do the same and aggregate it around. That's fine. Yes. And this is basically how we can like build our first Lego game. Okay. So, any questions?
You think I should do it as if I want to change the size of the I should just put it in there. If I change the size of the
No, you can for sure. Like if you go to, so the question is about changing, like parametrically changing the size of the object. You can by changing the scale. Yes. But usually this is how I do it. I go to Rhino, create my custom geometry, and then import it as FBX. That's, I mean, at least this is how I feel comfortable doing it. Yeah.
It's larger if it's not, let's say, between the length and your changing then how do I do that?
Ah, the wait. So the room is gonna change.
Yeah.
And how this should affect actually the scale of the object.
Like if it's a room, like I can't really keep it with the scale.
Yeah.
Because,
You have basically two options to do this. So you can have a function for scaling, and you need to connect it somehow to some kind of input system. So usually I was trying to write the scale in the software, or one of the functions is to try to get the distance between both controllers. If you stretch it, then this means that you want to scale it up. If you like do this movement, then you want to scale it down. That's the two famous ways of applying some scale changes to your to like your voxel. Yeah. Okay. So Daria, do you have questions?
Actually, no, but will we try to make a few objects? So now it's only one voxel, so only one type. We try to add a few objects that you can, for example, choose between this and this, or to make more difficult system.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So this is how it was like initially built, but we can for sure try to add more objects. Basically, we need to create a list of those objects and try as much as possible to not to overcomplicate it. We try as much as possible to design this kind of system from before, so you know how to set up your grid, not to just overcomplicate it for ourselves. But yes, we will try to do this maybe after the break. But that's actually a good point. What else would you like to add to this application? So you want to add multiple objects. That's number one. What
Yes,
else?
also the option to choose between how it can look like in the display. I would like to choose this type of Lego or another type. Just because, for example, in urban design, yeah, it's important, for example, to have a few objects that you can, here I would like this and here another one. So, or something like this.
I think it would be a little bit more complicated to show it in a UI, in a user interface. But what I did in the initial phase is to also use the controller. And when I press a button, then it's iterating over the game objects. That's one thing that I was also trying. So we can do this today because it would be just easier. If you want to do it over a UI, I can also tell you how to think about it. If you press a button on this UI, it has to give you some kind of input to your system, to your script, and then you use this input to iterate over the objects. This can be also another way of doing it. Yeah. So I think we can also try the geometry from Seda, right? I think I had it here. And just import it. And I know you can just import it in models. And then because it's a mesh, it doesn't have those kind of like very sharp edges. I will need to unpack it completely. And then take this out. Get it inside the prefabs. And give it a dimension that fits the grid. We go back to our voxel logic and change the grid size. And then we maybe try it. Interesting. Okay. This is too small. Okay, maybe it was already actually scaled. I didn't have to scale it again. So in the prefab, I would just leave it to 1 as it was. And then start again. Okay. And now we can basically iterate the objects and build an empire of objects. So now I think we have a proof of concept, right? And maybe after the break, we go over the like multiple iterations. So we will have multiple objects. Maybe we will create like different Lego bricks today. Okay. And we try to use one of the buttons to basically go over those kind of variations that we will have. If we have more time, maybe I can show it to you also on the UI, but just I think I did the user interface in almost 2 weeks. I struggled a lot while doing it. So let's see how the session is gonna evolve. Okay, maybe we go for lunch break. I would say that we are back 1:30. So 1:30, as I said, the time of like Central European time. Fine, Saida?
Fine, it's fine.
Good? Okay. Heba, is it fine?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah? Okay, great.
Yeah.
So an hour of a break, and then after the break, we will do like the changes that we decided that we want. Maybe try to think about more stuff that we can implement. Maybe try to think already about the Lego bricks that we want to use. And then we will also try maybe your prototype as well. Maybe let's see how it can work. But yours have this kind of stacking, so yeah, we can try to adjust it. Okay, then wish you a nice meal and some relaxing time. See you in a bit. Recording and share my screen. Great. You can see my Unity screen, right? Yeah. Good. So we will continue with our objectives. We want to iterate over multiple objects, right? And instead of using a UI, we will use one of the buttons to basically create this iteration input. And therefore, I prepared a small script. Yes. I just called it building multiple. We will build multiple objects. And for this script, I changed some of the inputs, some of the variables that we need. At the beginning, we were using only one voxel, but now, since we will have a list of objects, we just need to define that it's gonna be a list next to the game object. That's the first change. The second thing, we need for sure an index for each element in this list. And if you have some experience with those kind of list inputs in coding, we usually start from 0 to the last number. So if the list is basically gonna be yes, if the list is gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. No, we can just start from 1. 4, 5. Number 1 is gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we usually start from 0. So I will set the number, like the index of the prefab to 0. So we always pick the first one in the list. That's the change I did. So let's try to look actually how this is changing in Unity. So we'll just compile. And then, sorry, I will open the door. So basically, if you have a look here, I will remove those objects to see how is it actually working. So this is how it looks like actually now. This is the list for the voxels, and the list is empty. I will add the first object and then the second one. If it's 4, then you need to add more, like however you want. We will just start by 2, right? Because those are the objects we have. We will use, maybe the first one is gonna be the cube. I will just drag and drop it. And the second one is gonna be the octa. Now you can see that the index of the number of the objects we had in the list is 2. This is gonna be index number 0, and this is gonna be index number 1. And everything is gonna be the same. So this is actually what we changed in order to have multiple objects. But now we need to trigger something in the input system to iterate over those objects. And therefore, I just added this function. The function is basically checking over, like if you can, I don't know if you can see my camera, but this button X is called the primary button. And I'm just checking if I'm pressing it or not. If yes, then it's gonna add 1 to the index, which is 0, right? So every time I press it, then it's gonna add 1 until the end of by the length of the list. So by the end, we will just go back to 0 again. And then if this is true, it will take the index, destroy the object that we have right now, and it will instantiate a new object, which has the new index right now. And it will also check for the material, assign the material, and so on. So this is just the change I did in order to have multiple objects and iterate over them using the button. If you remember, actually, we had a problem of mass placement. So if I continue pressing the button, I could have actually placed multiple objects around, right? And this is mainly because the button is actually very, very sensitive, and it's always storing true, which means instantiate. Therefore, we had this kind of mass placement. It's nice for sure to aggregate based on this method, but at the same time, it's not really accurate. If we want to iterate over multiple objects, this means that it's gonna collide somehow. So we have a method called the cool down method. And the cool down method is basically you need to define it as some input values at the beginning. So we have to cool down every single button that we are pressing or continuously pressing. And we have to wait an interval of time. This interval can be a second, half a second, however you want. Right now, I'm just using only 1 second. That's how I set it up. And in order to use this in your code, You just need to add it in your if condition that you are waiting. You are just checking the last time you press the button. And if it's more than 1 second, then please instantiate it again, or please do this condition again. Those are the only changes that I did to like achieve what we want. We can look again. So now we will have the cube and we will have the octahedron, and I will try it right now. I just need to check if this still works. Yes. Then we hit play. Yes. So now I have the cube. I will place it. And you see that if I continuously press, it's not like placing it next to each other anymore. It started to have this interval in between. And if I just press the X button, I will change to the next one. And because it fits the grid, I can just put it next to it. And then maybe create like a small bridge in between. And then I can iterate again to the cube. Again to the octahedron. Create a small bridge and so on. Good. Okay. Maybe I will share the new code with you, so you can try it. I think if you also try to do it with the simulator, it should work. We can try as well. Okay. So I will place the first one, and then I will go over the left controller and see how can we actually press X. I'm always struggling with this. I don't know. Okay, I really need to check this. It's so weird how they calculate the inputs. But like maybe in the meantime, I would just check it again. Okay. But like the code is almost working in the simulator as well. I can also share it to the drive folder. And this also should work with actually with the Lego bricks. So we can create some custom Lego bricks, change the colors, and then try to implement it in the software. Do you have any questions regarding this? Good. Okay. So I think it's time now for you to try on your own. So I will upload the script. And if you struggle with something, just share your screen and show me how it's going. And maybe, so I mean, it's only 5 of us right now. So let's work as a team. One of us creates the Lego bricks that we need, choose the colors and so on. Someone else starts to work on their own in Unity. I will also help use the scripts to like create your like your own experience. And then by the end of the day, we have a good solution for a working like a Lego game. Fine? Sounds good. Okay. Who wants to do the Lego bricks? We need a volunteer. So that you are thinking about it. I can see it in the camera. Okay, maybe we just start by like just deconstructing the voxels that we have created in the first lecture yesterday, right? So maybe we have one Lego brick that's just only one voxel. The other one is 2x, 3x, and 4x, and then we will iterate over them, change the colors, and see how this can work together on like at one time. Do you all have Unity installed? Did you install the SDKs? Yeah, great. Then we can just start, right? Yeah. And maybe also let's try to think together what else, like what kind of features do we need more? Any ideas? Okay. Maybe one thing that will come up to my mind is to try to include the environment around us, right? So try to define the walls, if we have a table in front of us or not. Try to see how to scan the room or to scan the environment. This can be one thing that we can add to the software, right? Maybe what else? Okay. I mean, let's take it step by step, okay? We have maybe half an hour to set up the project, try to use the scripts, maybe include some geometries that you already have. And we see by the end of the time, how far did you get? If you have any questions, just share your screen and I will try to help you with this. Okay? Fine, great. I will upload the script right now. Okay, now it should be uploaded. I will share the link in the chat. Okay. Do you maybe have something to share? Like just a small thing that you did, maybe? Um, Saida, I can show you how to actually do it. Yeah, I can show you in Rhino right now. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I can.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
great. So this is actually what I also try to do. I try to create like different variations of this. And in order to bring it to Unity, you have to do two main steps, let's say. And this is how I personally do it. I always try to go to wireframe and then pick the first one. I will copy it and I will try to copy it to the 0, 0 point, okay? So this will be the first block. And then file, export selected, and I will export it as FBX, yes. So let's say I will call it Lego. And then save. output. I will go to Unity, and I have this folder which is called models. And I will just drag and drop it here. And now I will have the block. I can just place it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So did you design some custom blocks?
Yes, and I figure out I should save it like an FBX file, but I couldn't think about I should drop it to models part.
Yeah, but
That's
that's fine. Can you
Mhm.
maybe share your screen and show me what you did?
Okay, okay. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
I make some kind of L shape in
Yeah.
Grasshopper.
Mhm.
At first, I make box and then cylinder, and then I joined the breps.
Yeah.
Then I used the array tool. Then again, I uh, join them.
Mhm.
And now, for example, I had to bake them.
Mhm.
Okay. And this one is started in 0.00,
Yeah.
and that's why I shouldn't have to again pick
Place it.
the uh,
Yeah.
Lego to the
Mhm.
another place. Then export.
Selected.
Yes,
Yeah.
selected. Uh, export selected, but then nothing happens. Why?
And then select them and press enter. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay. Lego. Maybe I can save here. And FBX file.
It's
Where is
the last
it?
one before OBJ.
Okay, thank you. And then mesh on me. Okay, okay. I guess okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Mhm. Then now I'm in Unity. Uh, where I can see the models part, I should have create new folder or what?
Yeah. Then go to the assets.
Assets. Uh-huh.
Yes. And go to the tab on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Create
create. Yes. And then folder.
folder. Okay.
Yes.
This folder.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
inside and then just drag and drop.
Okay. Mm,
Mhm.
mm-hmm. With fear.
Yeah. Great.
But where? Okay, I did this. That's it.
Yeah. You are an expert now.
It's okay for me. Maybe another one can continue.
I can also share with you what I did.
Okay, okay. I will be great. It would be great.
So I try to also do the same, but yeah, I try to also do the same, but I try to play with the number of the voxels. So this one is like only one voxel, 2, 3, and 4. And then I just went to building multiple, the script that we have created together. Put the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one. Okay. And let's see. This is actually working. And to activate the casting again, I guess. Yeah. and then hit play. What is this? This looks really interesting. I can't really see, but I can place the blocks. Okay. So as you can see, I created those 4 different blocks, and now it's almost working. And another one. Here. And then I don't know what happened to the camera, to be honest. So maybe we integrate your L shape to this, right? Do you have a specific color to your L shape? No?
No,
Okay.
no.
Maybe pick one.
Color?
Yes,
Green is okay. But
green is okay.
green is okay.
Green, okay. And I will also try to do a replica of your shape and give it green. Okay, let me share my screen again. And this is the block similar to yours. But wait, we need to give it a color. I will go and give it material with green. Dark green or brighter green?
Dark.
Dark, okay.
Yes. It's Jada, by the way. Jada.
Jade. Okay.
In
I
Turkey.
told you yesterday, correct me.
Yes, I know. That's why I said it.
Okay, I'm really sorry, Jada.
No. In Turkey, it's A, B, J, A, B, not A, B, C. That's why. Jada.
Jada. Okay. Okay, now we gave it the material. And this is your block. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, good. And then we will just add it to our script here. I don't know what is this weird effect, to be honest. But anyways. And this is your block. We can place it. We can place another one on top. Do something like this, right? Yeah, great. Almost working. Okay, fine. Daria, do you have something to share?
Actually, just to try to do something in Unity and not with the blocks.
Yeah.
And I have problems with it.
Okay, share your screen.
Yeah, I don't have any recordings. That's why I don't remember all the steps. That's can the problem. One moment. I try. Yeah. So do you see now my screen?
Yes.
So the first problem is that this is the script. Yeah. And do you see now the script, Microsoft Visual Studio? Okay, so this is the script. So I have it now, and I don't know how to drag and drop it actually to this left side, just because when I try to drag and drop it, or it should be to someone, to camera or to cube. So I don't know.
No, you should just create an empty game object.
Okay, for example, now in prefabs, I have, for example, cube. Yeah. No, it was here. Okay, once I think I will delete them all. For example, yeah, for example, this cube. And then
just in the hierarchy, right click. Yeah, right click. Yes, and then create empty. And then call it, I don't know, something script maybe. Yes.
Okay.
And just try to put it out of the cube. So just like move it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So I cannot create, first of all, now here.
Yeah. Yeah. Now just drag and drop it to script. No. So
no. To script.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait. Sorry. I will delete it. Like this.
No, the script to the game object.
Okay. Sorry. Like this.
Yes.
But now it's.
Yeah, now it's in the game object. You can see it on the right side, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Oh, okay, that's interesting. And that's what actually the problem. And then and which setting should be in camera? Should we do something here?
And so I would advise you to delete delete this camera rig and also delete the main camera.
Delete this camera, yeah.
Yes, and also the main camera. Also the pass-through, yes. Yeah, and then go to the search. I think I can. Yes, and try to type Ray. R-A-Y. No, R-A-Y. Yes, yes. And basic Ray. So yeah, maybe something else that you can do. Try to go to window.
Oh, where is it? Window? Which one?
Up. So in the bar, like very up, go up. Yes.
Oh, wait, okay.
The window. Yes, and then package manager. And then go to interaction SDK.
Interaction. This one.
Yes,
Or
and then go. No, this one. Yes, and then go to samples. Yes, and then import it. So import the example scenes.
Okay.
That's what you are missing. And then maybe go to the folder of the example scenes. You will see one of them. It's called, I think it's called Ray example.
Ray example.
Yeah. Maybe try, yes, drag and drop it. Yes.
Nothing
Doesn't
happened.
work?
No.
Okay. If it doesn't, maybe just save the scene you have right now. Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
Play mode. Okay. So.
Okay.
What? Should I import it?
Yeah. This will take just some time.
Okay, yeah, I understand now the point. Just because before I just found this camera just to in search and cannot find this example scene.
Yeah, great. And maybe just copy and paste the camera rig. So copy it and then paste it in your scene.
You mean here? A set
Yeah,
scene?
no. In the hierarchy itself.
In hierarchy, okay.
Yes.
Somewhere here.
Yeah, great. Yeah. And then just delete the one that you already had.
You mean main camera?
Yes, and OBR camera. Yes. No. Yeah, the one that is in the scene. Wait, I need to.
This one. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, great. And just like check the 3 points in the array examples on the right. The 3 points, the 3 dots.
3 dots, you mean this?
The other one, yes. So down in the array examples.
Array examples?
Yes. Yeah. And then just remove the scene. Don't save this.
Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you.
Now,
but is it the only way here to bring this camera here? Just because it's look very similar that I had before.
Yeah. It is, but the thing is, the camera rig itself, sometimes it has the interaction methods, which is the controllers, and sometimes not. So, and even if it has the controllers, we also need the ray. So you need to basically get this ray interaction from the samples anyways.
Okay,
that's why I'm
it's important, yeah, to have also this from
I just think it's the easiest way. Yes.
Okay.
So what you need right now is to basically delete the cube. Yes, and then create an empty object.
Just create empty.
Just empty, yes. And call it, I don't know, script or something. Yeah, and go to your scripts. Yes, and again, drag and drop it. Yes. No, 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 no.
Well, no, not in this.
Yeah.
This problem. Yeah.
Great.
Mhm.
And then if you go to script,
Here, or
yes.
you. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see that voxel, I can change it and all this stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you just need to get the ray interactive from the camera rig.
Mm,
Mhm.
you
So
mean here?
yeah, controller ray interactive.
Mm,
And then maybe click again on it so we know if it's the right hand or the left hand. This is the left hand, so we need the right one.
oh, something happened here.
Just press on scenes and you will get back.
Scenes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now it's left controller here, for
Yeah.
example. We need a right controller here.
You need you need a controller ray interactive.
Controller
Yes.
array interactor.
Just pick the second one.
The second one.
Yeah, the first one is probably the left controller. Yes. Great. And yeah, just what you need now is to change the maximum ray length on the right to maybe 1.5 or something.
Once more, where is it? Max ray length.
That's just the maximum the ray can go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then get back to the script game object. Yes. Check the ray interactive. If we have the one for the left hand, yeah, just pick the second one, as we said. Great. And then you need to get the transform of the controller. But that's a lot of objects. So the easiest way as well is to press on the script you got for the ray interactive.
Oh, where to press once more script?
So wait, I need to find where can I just draw, annotate? Yes, here, great. So maybe just press here. That's a really bad annotation. Sorry.
On the cube?
No. Maybe yes. So press on this, the ray interactive. Yes, and press again. Yes, and maybe just pick it. Just pick it itself. Yes, great. Go to the ray interactive. And then go to this arrow. Yes, and this is gonna be the transform for the ray. This one. Yes, you just need to drag and drop this one to the script.
Okay, from here. Drag and drop. Like this?
No. Open the script first.
Yes.
And the transform, this part.
Okay, you
Yeah.
okay, now I understand. No, I cannot do like this. Okay. You mean drag and drop from where to where? From here to here?
Yes.
But when okay, like this.
Great. Now you have a good setup.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that others also have such a problem.
No, that's normal. Unity is not the easiest software, I would say.
Yeah, and for each project, I use it for 3 projects, and it's every time something absolutely different.
True. Yes. It's very complicated software. Yeah, now you just need to adjust the grid size based on your cube, right? So
Okay, now I think I will do it with. I mean, it's not so important. Maybe now I will just look at your recording and then just
Okay,
understand.
great.
Do okay. Mm-hmm.
But
I
we
think
have amazing progress, I guess.
yeah. Thank you.
So
Okay.
you have a different question?
No, it was the main question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for you?
Studying with this, like that part of it, right?
Yeah.
But somehow when I click run, it's not opening it.
Yeah, I can maybe you can just share your screen.
When I'm in subject environment,
Mm-hmm.
this,
Yeah, go to the MetaQuest link, the application. Yes, and then go to settings and then beta. Yeah, but as I told you, you have to allow the developer mode from the lens itself.
yeah,
Ah, you did?
yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Because link is written on this right now, but when I run on Unity,
Yeah,
it's not in-
yeah. Maybe I can also share my screen. Can show you how it is in my case. So if you look at my Quest developer link, that's like I have a lot of options actually here to allow the pass-through to run from the Quest link directly, share the point cloud, share the spatial data. So you should actually have those kind of options in your Quest link application. And it should work after you enable the developer mode. Yeah. So maybe try maybe to forget the device and do it again. I don't know. Great. Um, yeah, I think for the setup we have right now, as we have already seen, we have the multiple blocks and it's working quite fine. Maybe if any of you have questions, we can like continue the development together. Jada, do you have a problem? Can you share your screen and I can try to fix it with you?
Okay. Now, when I put this into this, I
Mhm.
can't add script warning, and I didn't understand what it means.
Yeah.
I am doing like that, create empty.
Yeah. The problem is that the script can't be find. I don't know why. Can you maybe you probably don't have it. Mm, when you open it, what do you get?
Um, from the folder,
Mhm.
this one.
Yeah, looks fine.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the old one. I should delete the
Mhm.
old one.
And then
Then same thing.
because the script class. Mm, um,
Oh, because maybe. No, 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 no. No. Okay.
yes, I know why. Can you maybe open? Why is this happening? Can you maybe open it?
Okay.
Yes. And yeah, but this is weird because it's the same. It's the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Can you maybe go to Unity again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then yes. And maybe just rename it
Mm-hmm.
and just remove the one at the end. Yes. No, like remove the one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so just make it like building voxels. Still, you have one at the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But can be told that I mean we use always Visual Studio.
Yeah, I
and
was just
always
gonna say the same. Maybe because you don't have Visual Studio Code or the
Yes.
Visual
Yes.
Studio.
Yes. I'm suspicious about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And maybe
I
just
I will.
download it.
Okay. I will try it like that. Now I'm stopping it. Okay. Now I'm trying it.
to be honest, I still cannot do something with prefab.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why what's so for example, I have just cube as a prefab. What
Mm-hmm.
the next step I should do, just because I thought that it will work when I just put it here in voxel,
Yeah.
but doesn't work also when I just try to play it.
Uh-huh.
There is this something like this happen, and
Yes,
I don't know where
but this like now you don't like wait. Where is the simulator?
where is what simulation?
The meta simulator because it's not activated.
Do you see this synthetic environment server?
No,
Okay,
I
one
only see
moment.
Unity.
This Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And also the simulator. It should be something else other than the synthetic environment.
Okay,
Maybe
this is
try to share your whole screen, not only the application.
now I am sharing the whole screen, or
Yes. So yeah.
I don't see anything like this. I mean, this one and
Yes.
this.
But it should also open the Meta XR simulator.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to install something more for it.
No. Maybe just like just stop the thing.
Just
Yeah.
because I also have the problem when I go to no, it's not build settings, it's
Mhm.
wasn't project settings. Yeah, here you see it was the problems here, and I made this fix all, but here
Yeah.
we use either the Oculus XR or OpenXR.
Or OpenXR. Mm-hmm. The XR plugin management package must be. Yeah, you need also to install the XR plugin management. Go to XR plugin management. It's no. It's still in the project settings. Yes, the last thing
where I can find
on the left, the last one. Yes, and
okay.
then install it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh no. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Now it should work, or that was once more.
Yeah, maybe go to the Meta XR thing again in the project. No, in the project settings.
In the project setting, okay.
Yeah. Just to make sure that this is fixed. Okay, this is fixed now. The problem with OpenXR and Oculus XR, you just need to remove OpenXR. That's it.
Where I can remove it?
From Package Manager.
Okay, from package. Package manager. What I need to remove Meta XR simulate?
No. You are good. I can't see OpenXR, so I believe that it's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, just go to project settings again. And then pick XR plugin management.
XR plugin management.
Yes, then pick Oculus for Android. And also for PC, pick Oculus.
Okay, and this one for PC?
Yes, also
for PC.
Oculus.
Oculus. Okay, and in which environment it's better to work now, in Android or on?
Yes, in Android, yes.
On Android. Okay, now I'm on Android.
Maybe try again.
Okay, this still this one.
Yes. Now that's the simulator.
Okay. Wow. Nice. Great.
Maybe just close it. No, not the simulator. Like close the release notes.
Close.
Yes. And then don't share. Great. And now it should work fine.
Not connected to headset server. Is it okay?
I think so, yes. As long as, you can place it and it's following you. Yeah, great.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, but why there is no environment here? How I can set?
I think because you need to exit the session.
Exit, yeah.
Yes. Great. And then go to pass through.
Where is it passed through?
Here. Wait. There.
Okay,
Yes.
this one. Okay,
And
pass.
just remove it.
Remove what? Dependencies?
No. Remove the pass through itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delete.
Yes. And then just create a new one. Better, building blocks. Yes, tools, building blocks. And then add the pass through again.
Okay. Which one? Surface or this?
No,
Just
yeah, just this one. Great. And then go to OVR camera rig.
this one.
Yes. And go down. Yeah, okay, so pass-through is enabled and it's supported. Okay, try to run again.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Wow, it was not so easy, but I'm so happy that
No, great. You did great. That's amazing, actually.
Thank you. Okay. Wow.
So, Jaida, did you install the Visual Studio Code? Visual Studio? I always
Yes,
mix the Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code.
yes, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but you installed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. Can you maybe share your screen again?
Okay. It's here, I guess.
Huh? Okay. Okay.
But
Then maybe we will do something else. Just please copy everything inside the script. So just Control A and then Control C.
from here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then Control C. And then go to your Unity. Yes. Right click. And yes, and then create C# script. Yes.
Okay.
Just give it a new name. Great. And then open it.
Open.
Control A and then Control V. Yes.
Okay.
Go up. Up. Great. And just change the name of the class.
From where?
Yes. Wait. Yeah.
Public class.
And then just name it script. Like
This
how
one.
you wrote it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
And then save.
Okay. I guess it's okay. Closing now. Okay. I don't know why. Maybe I need to delete these ones. Create empty. No.
But when you installed Unity, did you also install like the packages for like the development for Android? Like did you do this step?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Can you open maybe file, the file tab?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then build settings. Yes, and then go to Android and pick switch
Mhm.
platform. This
Ah,
will take some time.
I did this yesterday, but it's
Yeah.
again switched itself to Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, build and run or build.
No, don't build anything. Just close it
Mm-hmm.
and then go to edit,
Mm-hmm.
project settings. Go to maybe XR plugin management, install XR plugin management. I
Mm-hmm.
can also see that you don't have the Meta SDK. So
I had yesterday, but I don't know now.
yeah. Yeah, but if you like if you did this yesterday on a project and then today you created another project, that's completely different.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's why. Okay. Um, what if I open the yesterday's project? I g- ah, it's open. Um,
Mhm. Yeah, I think you have a good setup here.
yes. I can try it from here. Mm, sorry. Okay. Now it's working. Okay. Okay.
Very
Sorry
good.
about that.
No, it's fine. I mean, Unity is full of surprises. Like to me, also, I'm always really surprised by how many errors I will get. Okay. How far did you go?
So,
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good
Yeah.
so twice. I think the problem is with reading.
Yeah, try to start, like as I told you, the units is in meters. So try to start with something very small, like, I don't know, 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters, something like this. And then you can basically scale it up later. I think from my side, I also fixed the problem that we had. So if I share my screen again. Now the pass-through is working. And I can try to build something maybe on the floor. This. And the picture block. So I think we have a good setup, actually, quite good setup here, right? What do you think is the right way to conclude everything? Maybe for you, Jada, you have your concept already about the octahedrons, right? That you want to build in real scale. So let's say everyone is gonna be like every voxel is gonna be maybe 2 by 2 meters.
I don't know. But in my head, there's an area, and the voxels is standing there. Then we need to pick them up to the another place, and maybe the height can be 3 meters, okay? And maybe 3 meters and 6 meters, 6 meters maybe, okay, for me.
Yeah, but we have limitations in terms of what we can place and how can we how far we can reach with the array, right? That's a problem that we might face. So I would say that we might maybe limit it to 2.5 to 2.5, something like this. And I will try to create some kind of a test tomorrow in the what is this, like the place in front of the university. I can try to like project it on the walls of the university.
Okay.
Maybe that's a thing that I can do, but yeah, that's a thing that we can try for sure. What about you, Daria? Do you have a vision, let's say, or like somehow like a modular system that you want to implement, or something related to urban design that you want to try?
To be honest, no, not so much. I'm not so. I mean, I need to look at to watch the previous videos of the last day, and maybe I will have more ideas about it, and I also will try it in Blender today. I think what I can do, and just try to find my own prefabs maybe, and to do some concept about it. I also have a question, for example, if I would like to, so now it's from Oculus, yes, but if we do it, for example, for Android, for augmented reality, for phone, for example, is it somehow can we do it this switch easy, or this switch will be not so easy? For example, now I understand that I mean, yeah, of course we use this Meta SDK, so we can use it only for Oculus, or there's something that we can use and use it also on our phones as augmented reality. So
Yeah,
there
sure. Yeah, sure. You can basically use OpenXR as a backend for like developing this for the phone. And I think the only difference is gonna be how can you design actually your interactions. So for the phone, you have two ways of setting up the interaction. It's the touch screen and maybe a button that you will place, right? Something like this. And in order to define the right placement for the voxel, maybe you can use the camera to determine like the orientation. Where are you looking at right now? So those are the two things I would go for. to shift. But of course, the shift is not gonna be that easy, because for the Oculus is just trying to make it like easier for you to develop something. But if you try to shift to the phone or to HoloLens and so on, it's quite more complicated. But you can maybe try to check Hologram. It's a plugin for Grasshopper. And with Hologram, you can use the Grasshopper components to like develop the augmented reality experience for the phone or for a HoloLens, as an example.
Okay, and another question, just opposite. Can I do it in VR? Just now it's mixed reality, and we use the virtual environment that's now offered by Meta. But can I change the environment and do, for example, type of the VR game from it?
Yeah, sure. You just need to you just don't need to use the pass-through anymore. Just forget about it. And then you have the virtual environment around you, the one that is provided by Unity anyways. But if you already have your virtual environment, if you have something 3D scanned or something like this, you just need to place it and determine like the cold start, where the person is going to start in this environment. And maybe try to look over the building blocks. They have a locomotion system, so something to help you to move inside this virtual space. This is something that you might look at to like, because it's not augmented reality anymore. You need to move a lot inside the virtual space and so on. So this is something that might help you actually.
Okay, so I think in this particular project, maybe I would like to go more into VR. It's also interesting for me. I made the project where I use an AR, but both VR, of the square of my university, that we can create the virtual space of real space, but where you can do all the stuff. I mean, and this concept of that you just can go to virtual place, but that have this political and social aspect of the real place, just because it's look like this and can place there the things, how it can be changed. I think it's also interesting concept. Okay, I will try to do this maybe. So I will have many questions then.
No, I would say, so since tomorrow is actually our last day, it would be nice to focus on like what you actually want to place, what you want to aggregate in the augmented reality space, and how can you integrate this in like in the real environment itself. This is like the part we will focus on. And then you can use basically the knowledge, as you said, to create this in VR, and then maybe have a different setup for that. Also did a couple of like experiments here in the university before, also to 3D scan the campus, try to place some elements inside, help in the planning of the whole area. One thing that we also tried is to 3D scan some objects, bring it to the AR, and then just mass place it. So I just believe that the possibilities are really a lot. If you continue the development, you will find a lot of things to do.
Yeah, that's nice. So what we need to have for tomorrow, what will be tomorrow?
I would say let's so focus on the objects, focus on your voxels, and tomorrow we will try to conclude everything in a like a working prototype. We will try to produce our app basically. So together, I mean, as I said, like Jada, you have your own shape right now, and we will try to implement it tomorrow. Taj is already working in a good direction. And for you, you have already really nice like understanding for how things work. You just need your voxels, and then we will try to also conclude it tomorrow. So just think about the voxels and the concept related to it. What kind of message you want to basically create.
Okay, good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I would call it for today if we don't have any more questions. I hope you enjoyed.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Was
Thank you.
nicer than yesterday, I would say, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I'm also learning from my mistakes, right? Like I'm teaching here in the university, but I'm also very new to this, so I'm still learning.
The teaching programs are always not good idea. Yeah, because I try to teach some grasshopper basics to my students, but it was so hard. I mean, no, no
Yeah,
thanks.
You are doing a PhD, right? You said.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I really enjoyed. I'm really, really proud of what we achieved today. Super, super nice what we did. And very looking forward for tomorrow. I will also share the recordings and everything like immediately. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
so much.
you.
Enjoy your evening. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.